Hi, I'm LeeSun Truth Teller, a modern day minstrel, here to remind you that there is no truth outside of love. Welcome to episode 7 of the Truth Teller vlog. Today I'd like to introduce you to a man called Sir Ken Robinson. Do you know him? If you don't, and you are watching this YouTube vlog right now, you are probably able to watch Sir Ken Robinson on YouTube as well. That is my guess, that if you don't know him, right now you easily could in the next 5 minutes. Maybe listen to this first and then go listen to his thing. But that is amazing, the immediacy with which you could quickly just see him talking, see a talk that he's given straight away. It's mind-blowing, it really is. But anyway, I watched a TED Talk that he's given recently. I watched it recently or he's given it recently. Doesn't really matter. Kind of both. But anyway, in it he says, it's not the job of the teacher to control the student. It is the job of the teacher to control the climate in the classroom. You don't control the child. You don't control the student. You control the climate. You control the climate to make it conducive to learning. Even though the outcome you want is the child learning, you don't do that by trying to make the child learn. If the child isn't learning, the problem is not in the child, the problem is the climate. And that is what you can change. So he says this, not in so many words. I think he might, I don't know how many words he uses, but anyway, I've added my own sort of learning, my own sort of meaning to it. But this thing he says resonates so deeply with me because, as you know, I am so passionate about autonomy. So I don't believe it is the job of any person to try to control any other person. I don't think that is right. I don't think so. And not only do I think that it's not right, I don't think it is possible. You cannot be inside that person making decisions for that person. Every person has their own agency. So anyway, trying to control another human being is not only wrong in some sort of moral kind of sense, according to me, but it's also impossible. So it's kind of bad on a couple of levels, a couple of important levels. It's not good, not a good thing to begin with, but it's also impossible. So it's a waste of your effort. It's just a bad idea. So how do we get the outcomes that we want? How do we work towards change in a world that is so difficult to change? We don't try to change people. We try to change the climate. We don't try to make people do what we want. What we do is we use everything that we got. We use our imagination, our vision, our intelligence, our ability, our heart, our compassion, our words, our actions. We use all those things to create a climate that fosters change and inspires people to join in. It's kind of like if you are looking after a little baby tree and you want that tree to be big, grow into this big beautiful oak tree. You don't go and pull on the leaves and get frustrated over the fact that this little thing is not this massive big oak tree. You don't try to stick things on it to make it look more like the oak tree. You don't do things to try to change that little thing. What you do is you provide the conditions for the plant to flourish. So you give it the things that it needs in order for that change to happen. And then you let the plant do what it naturally does in response to those conditions. I don't think I'm even going to say anything more about that. It makes me think of another thing that is related, which is about the importance of, talking about the things that we can control, the things that we can create, It makes me think about how important it is to create space in our lives, to make room for our lives, for the things that we want. When we make the room for the things we want, then those things can grow in that space. But I'm going to talk about that another time and keep this short and sweet. Bless you. Peace.